Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed recently, it really means a lot, and thank you to everyone who has liked, shared, commented on the videos. It's really nice watching this channel grow a little bit. So today I'm going to be doing something slightly different from what I've done before, which is just sort of producing like riding videos and how-to videos. Today I thought I'd try something slightly different that's been on my mind for a little while. So this is a standard crank and pedal that we've got on trials bikes. These are a set of Trial Tech cage pedals, and cage pedals are now pretty much the norm. You see them on pretty much every trials bike that is sold. I think like street bikes inspired are more likely to have like a flat pedal or like a platform pedal of some kind. But for pure trials, it is these. It's cage pedals. Now, the thing that I have found with cage pedals, and this might just be me personally, but they don't ever seem that grippy actually, especially when they've landed on a few walls and had a few scrapes and stuff. These points become not very grippy, and I was wondering, is there anything I can do about this? Because I really like platform pedals, but they are often heavier, and they've got a limited number of pins to them and stuff, and these have got more points for your attachment. But so many people slip off their pedals, their cage pedals, all the time, and I was wondering, is there a way of making them more grippy? So today, what I'm going to try and do is see if I can sharpen my pedals. So for this little test that I'm going to be doing here, I'm not actually going to be using these pedals, which are the ones that I was just holding here, which are going to go on a different bike for a different build, which is going to be coming up soon. What I'm actually going to be doing is I'm going to be taking the pedals off my clean here, and you can even see like I've actually added grip tape onto this middle bit of the pedal here because I got so frustrated with my feet slipping off these pedals, and it just really never happened on like the other pedals that I had. I don't know if you can see the ones I've got on my Limey here. These are Wellgo magnesium ones, which were really good. If this doesn't work, I'm probably going to put the Wellgos on my clean and just sort of use that. But yeah, so first of all, I need to take these pedals off of this bike, and yeah, then see if we can get around to sharpening them somehow. Now, for those who haven't seen the other video that I did, I think it was in the garage video, this is one of the best devices I think I've ever bought. This is a multi-directional vise, so basically what you can do is undo it from here, and then this whole thing moves on this like gimbal ball thing like that, and then you've obviously got your vise attachment in there. You can take those out to make it firmer or softer, but it clamps straight onto the bench like that. But for, I think this was just under 30 quid, it's just the most useful thing, because what it means, especially for doing something like what I'm about to do here, I can put the pedals into this vise, and then if I need to move it, it's just a little thing like that, and I can change the direction and the angle, so I can get a really good angle on this, which is going to be very important when you're filing stuff to try and get it sharper. So yeah, Stanley multi-directional vise, not a sponsored product, but I just go and buy one. They're amazing. First of all, I've got to like figure out what's the best sort of orientation for this going to be. Is it going to be grip it like that? And then, yeah, if I've got that gripped in there like that, that's not going anywhere. And then, do I want it like that? So my plan here to start with is to use a normal flat file like this. This is the file that I use for filing down the rakers on my chainsaw. So hopefully I'm going to see if I can get some good traction and get this going. Otherwise, I may need something with a bit more mechanical advantage. So let's see how this does, and then let's see if I can do it quicker with a machine. Okay, that's actually brought up a really nice point there quite quickly. So I'm just going to move the camera. See if we can get... So you can already see here the one that I've already done, which is this one here, and it's already looking sharper. So Alex actually showed me a Facebook post the other day of, I think, Sergei Longurius or someone like that, who's actually sharpened their pedals down so they look more like this. But you can see straight away, like, I'm running my finger like that. That is a rounded edge. That's not a problem at all. That is not hurting me, but, you know, I could, if I really rammed my finger into that and pushed, it would cut my skin. That, putting quite a lot of force on, and it's not really doing anything. So that's hopefully already an improvement. Now, using that file is actually all well and good. It seems to be going quite well. And I reckon there's, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 6 teeth on there, 12, 24, so there's 48 of those I need to file. I don't know if I'm going to bother doing the outside ones as well, but there's 48 of them I'm going to file. It took me about 20 seconds to properly do that. I reckon I could do this quite quickly, but there is of course a part of me that's just thinking, what if you got an angle grinder out? So let's see what happens there. Let's grind. Definitely sharper. Significantly sharper. I mean, that, yeah, that's like, oh, that is really sharp compared to, yeah, I can just run my fingers along those ones which I haven't sharpened. Those ones, oh, that's, oh. If I get a shinner with these, they're going through to the bone. Alright, let's sharpen the rest. So I don't know how well you guys can see, but these are sharp now. They are absolutely so spiky. I mean, even that one down there is the first one I did. I did that with a file. No, it's not. It's that one I did there. But yeah, they are just so sharp in comparison to the ones I had before. I'm actually quite scared to use these now. Okay, so that has taken me about 20 minutes probably, and like half of that was kind of like figuring out what to do, but yeah, they are there and they are disgusting. Look, they look horrible. Have you ever seen this, like those Saw films? These look like they should be in them. So yeah, I guess stupid just to do this and then not do anything. So let's put them back on the bike and go for a little hop around and see if it's made any difference. So I've just come out to this car park where there's some like low-level rocks and stuff I'm gonna have a hop around on. I'll admit I'm quite scared because yeah, these pedals are sharp. But yeah, I've literally just put my my riding shoes on. I'm gonna have a hop around and see how it feels. immediately they feel grippier, a lot grippier. My feet just aren't moving on the pedals, which is amazing. Let's try some rocks. So two things I think I can say that I've immediately noticed. First thing is that whilst grinding the pedals, the little bolt which holds in the bolt at the end of the axle here on both of them had come loose. So I had slightly wobbly pedals up and down that way, but I've just tightened them back up. But yeah, the grinding, using the grinding disc on there, obviously rattled it loose a little bit. And the other thing is they still feel very sharp under my fingers, but I don't know if they've dulled just a little bit initially from riding on them for a few minutes, but they're still miles better. I'm going to go and try and find something to pedal up. I think there's a rock around the corner which could be quite a nice tap, so I'm going to try that and see how they fare with a pedal up kind of move and go from there. Felt like I jumped further. So having gone out and tried the pedals on various different bits of terrain, I tried pedaling up something, I tried some gaps, I tried all different sorts and stuff. Immediately it was noticeable that sharpening the pedals made them grippy. There's just no question about that. I'm going to do another video next week where what I did was I went and actually took a set of Go flat pedals with just normal replaceable pins in them, and I took them and my new sharpened pedals to the skate park and did a load of different lines there, and I swapped the pedals over so I could try each one and see if I noticed an actual real difference. I'm going to put that in next week's video because otherwise this video would just be like almost half an hour long. So that's going to be a kind of part 2. But my general thoughts now on sharpening pedals, should you do it, and do I think they've made a difference? First of all, yes, I think that they have made a difference to my riding. They're really grippy, and I've found they are grippy almost to a fault. There was a point where I was riding at the barn the other day and I tried something and I failed, and I actually for a split second couldn't take my foot off the pedal fast enough because the teeth were just gripping into my shoes so hard. Another downside I would say about having sharper pedals is you're probably going to wear through shoes quicker. That's a real serious issue, I imagine. But overall, did it make my riding better? Yeah, I absolutely think so. Compared to how they were before, when they were just literally those little rounded edges that weren't very sharp, these were such an improvement. I just felt like more comfortable, and on that last gap that I did in this video, honestly, when I jumped, I felt my feet, it was like they were really stuck to the pedals properly, which was an amazing difference. Now, do I think you should go and do this? I absolutely cannot recommend this because it's something that would be very dangerous. You're essentially turning a dull piece of metal into a really sharp piece of metal. I would almost certainly say that you would invalidate any warranty that you would have for any pedal made by any company if you sharpen them with an angle grinder. I think if you use an angle grinder on any component of your bicycle, even the rims, which almost everyone does, you're going to invalidate a warranty. Even though I have gone and done it, this is not a do as I say, not what I do video, but it is just, you know, this is what I've done. I'm just presenting the facts. You know, did my feet grip the pedals better? Yeah. Has it made me a better rider? Yeah. Do I recommend that you do it? Absolutely not. And we'll get to the issue, which is the shindig issue, which is obviously what happens when you inevitably drive one of these pedals into your shin. It is basically when your foot slips off the pedal, and if this foot slips off this front pedal, what then happens is all your weight is transferred over onto the rear pedal. Your foot is falling down as the pedal is coming up, which means that the first bit of resistance that it meets is going to be your shin. Shindigs happen when you lose traction on your pedal, your foot slips off and it drives the other one down. Now, hear me out about this. If your pedals are blunt, you are more likely to get a shindig, but it's less likely to hurt as much. My feet are categorically less likely to slip off these pedals. Doesn't mean it's never going to happen. Is the benefits that I'm getting from having a grippier pedal worth the potential risk to my leg? If I do it really properly, I could do some serious damage. On each side of the pedal, 12, not scalpels I would say, but knives, like 12 knives, like in a kind of like cat's claw kind of formation. And I suppose the question, if there was going to be some research done, is the blunt force trauma worse than the actual sharpness of the pedals? I'm not looking forward to having one of these things hit me in the shin, even though I would say it's probably inevitable, but I think it's less likely to happen because the pedals are grippier. Argue with me in the comments, please, because I'd love to know if I'm wrong, or if there's something that I haven't thought of. But I sharpened my pedals with an angle grinder and it made them grippier, and it made doing things on a trials bike easier. I do not recommend that you go and do this. One of the things I would say is that yes, you could do it with a flat file. Again, I'm not recommending you do, but if you are going to go and do it, I might as well tell you how to do it properly. Using a flat file was, I mean, like I said, it took me about 20 seconds to do one of the teeth and just grind it off that way. The only problem was it would be really hard to do all of them like that because of where I had the vice clamping the pedal, but that was something which the angle grinder eliminated because it only needed a much smaller space to work in, and I could be much more precise with it, I think. But if you don't have an angle grinder, then you could do it with a file because it would still work, but I mean it was just quicker and easier doing it with an angle grinder, I think. So that was my video on how to sharpen pedals and my thoughts on sharpening pedals. Next week, as I said, I'm going to do an actual comparison video where I take these cage pedals and a set of platform pedals and try doing the exact same moves and seeing how I feel about it. Otherwise, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. It's really helpful if you guys do that, and it means I can make more of these videos and have more fun doing it. And let me know if there's anything else weird that you think I should try and do with the bikes. You know, we've already been grinding rims for decades now. Some people have started grinding their pedals and doing things like this. What other strange stuff is there? What are we missing? How can we innovate and make trials different at a really kind of basic level? Thanks again for watching, and I will see you all next week.